I really want my friends to feel what I feel when that self-love high hits. It's just... Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katherine, and if you're new here, welcome to the Kit Kats family. Noticed a lot of new subscribers here, so thank you so much for subscribing. And I hope my videos continue to bring you comfort, motivation, and inspiration throughout the journey of self-love and independence from here in New York City. For today's video, before I get started, I really want to shout out to TIJN for sending me these cute frames. This one is blue light glasses, which protects my eyes from staring at the screen for too long. So I usually wear these when I'm working on my laptop. And they also sent me a different frame, which is a pair of sunglasses. This has been my favorite. Like, guys, I mean, just take this all in, okay? New York summer has been quite bright and sunny, so I've been wearing these frames a lot, and I am absolutely in love with the color and the acrylic clear look of the frame. So thank you so much, TIJ. And again, if you guys want to check it out, I'll have everything linked down below. And with that being said, let's get started with today's video. Today, I want to talk about how to get started on the journey of self-love, because I feel like we often talk about this. If you follow me on Instagram, which you should, because I'm the most active on there, but you know, like on Instagram, I always repost these things about self-love, self-motivation, especially women empowerment. When it comes to self-love, it is especially important for women, but I feel like it's for everybody. And remember, I'm still learning on my journey too. I'm not, you know, all enlightened and fully self-loved. Nobody can hurt me or whatever. Like, that's not the case. But I feel like I do see a difference between the old me and the new me before and after discovering what true self-love is. I know that lost feeling and that frustration, like when you don't really know how to get started or like what self-love really feels like. These are the things that I really want to talk about because I personally did it. I learned it throughout just my own journey. Quarantine had me just thinking to myself 24/7, almost going insane, but at the same time I read a lot of like self-love books, self-development books, and podcasts, everything. This video is also a reminder for myself, and it's kind of like, Katherine, get your shit together again, because you did it and I know you can do it again. Alright, so that was the whole vibe that we built up for this video. Number one is to start telling yourself that you love yourself and that you're proud of yourself. Alright, I know right off the bat it might be sounding a little cheesy, but here's the thing. Until you really say it to yourself, you don't really realize the power of that word, because oftentimes we talk about how we don't like about ourselves. Because we say it so many times, we tend to believe it. It's the same thing. If you constantly find out the things that you love about yourself, that you're proud of yourself, it is gonna reassure you, and it's not a lie. It's just that we tend to focus on the negative more than positive. So I created this little practice for myself. I basically write down 5 things I love about myself and 5 things I'm proud of myself. You can choose to do 5 things you love about yourself to start your day, and at the end of the day, you can choose 5 things that you're proud of yourself because you probably did something throughout the day that you're proud of. Or you can just like do it together. You can literally list things that's up till your life this point or the past few months, anything, everything you want. And it could be anything from physical to mental or career, success, materialistic, anything in your life that you love yourself for. And remember, don't be shy because you're not really sharing it to anybody unless you want to. You can share it with me. I would love to hear that. You don't need to feel like, oh, like this little like dark secret I don't want people to know, but I love you. Say it out loud. I mean, you write it down. So I'm gonna give you a few examples of what I wrote for myself at the beginning. This one is an old journal. It's the back of my 5-minute journal, which I love to do. It is kind of like a gratitude practice. This is like a different topic. We can talk about it in a different video. All right, so the first day that I started this practice was August 3rd, 2020, which is exactly a year ago. Wow. I love that I can speak 3 languages and I'm learning the 4th one. I love my eyes because I can speak with it. Like, see these little things that like you wouldn't necessarily tell people like, oh my god, I love my eyes because I can talk with them. No, like it's just like For your personal reference, I love that I have a lot of feelings and that I'm able to empathize with other people's feelings. I love that I'm always setting goals, grinding, pushing myself for better future me. I love that I don't fake to be someone else or to fit in or to make people like me. I stick to my truth and I stick to who I am and who I want to be. So I hope these are some practical examples for you to like know what to say about loving yourself. But make sure it's something that you did, that like it's from you, you know? For example, there's a difference between I love that I have a lot of friends versus I love that my personality attracted a lot of true friends, you know? So it's like two kind of different things. You need to make sure that when you're writing things down, it really reminds you what quality or like the things that you have achieved to make you certain ways. Again, you repeat, I am proud of myself for coming this far in my fitness journey, and I'm proud of myself for my hard work on YouTube and social media, and that I get motivate and inspire other people. It doesn't matter it's 1 or 10 or 100. I'm proud of myself for passing my motorcycle test and that I got my motorcycle license. I'm proud of myself for choosing myself always and sticking to my peace and my well-being. Oh, okay, this one is a little lighthearted. See, like you can write about anything that you did, any small ass things that you are proud of yourself, say it. I am proud of myself for taking the first step ever in history, okay? Asking a guy's number, and it was at the gym. Like I didn't end up texting him, but like I did that, and it was definitely such an amazing thing to do. Like it was so scary, but I feel so empowered after doing that. I just feel like, oh my God, like my confidence just went through the roof. I don't know why. So with this practice, the goal is to help you realize how many small little things that you missed out on, that you actually are worthy of self-love and that you should be proud of yourself. I am proud of myself for hanging up this painting, if you can see it, like this little edge. I'm proud of myself for doing that. I am proud of myself for building all my own furniture. I'm proud of myself for hanging up like a wall mirror, like it was super heavy, if you saw my old video. Like I am so proud of myself for so many things. And trust me, that is not, you know, self-obsessed. That is the true things that you did. It's not like you're bluffing yourself to be somebody else, you know? You should love yourself and be proud of yourself because you're recognizing the good in you. You're recognizing the value in you. And once you know that you're worthy of these things, once you find out your value, this is where your standard gets high and you're never gonna settle for anything less. So let's move on to number 2, which is see yourself as 2 people. I know it sounds a little insane. Yes, 2 major sides of us are the conscious and unconscious side, the logical and emotional side. You have one that is logical, that literally knows what's right, what's wrong, what you should be doing. But then we have the emotional side. It's the but, what if, oh, I should have. So I come to a realization, okay, these are both me, right? So why can't we just make them a couple, like a good relationship? Okay, so here's how it works. I kind of talk to myself in my head or in a mirror or really just talking out loud. So for example, if I want to get something done, but my emotional side is just really being naughty, just wanting to like play, relax, and like be lazy and pushing everything to the next day, I would kind of just negotiate with myself, kind of like talking to a kid or like making a deal with your significant other or the person you're dating. I'll be like, look, Kat, if you get these things done today, I'll take you to the movies. We'll go have your favorite food and dessert, okay? We're gonna have a blast tonight. How does that sound? It's actually kind of like you're creating this like relationship. You compromise each other's need. So you kind of just realize you're talking to yourself as a friend, like a really loving, understanding friend. Like, you know how it's kind of hard loving ourselves because we always just give ourselves so much shit, like so much. Would you say these things to your friends or like to people that you love? You know, like just think about it for a second, like actually. You don't even say those things to your friends or to your family or especially to the person you love, which we're working on here. The person you love should be here, like inside. But this is something really worth to think about. You know, this is how it kind of changed my mindset. Like I should be the most gentle with myself, most understanding and loving because we're on the same team. Like Kat and Katherine are on the same fucking team. Like why Why am I going against it? Sometimes I get so passionate and just like aggressive talking about this because especially when I'm talking to my friends about these topics, and you guys are my friends, I really want my friends to feel what I feel when that self-love high hits. Is just... But that is why I'm making this video, so that y'all can feel it with me and we can all be loving ourselves and loving everybody else. Like, the world's amazing. Alright, so let's move on to the third point, which is listen to your intuition. Okay, not gonna lie, this is probably like the most powerful one out of all these things I'm gonna talk about. First, I just kind of like calm myself a little bit. Take a deep breath, just clear a little bit, just stop all your thinking for a second, okay? And then you pose a question in your head or talking out loud. And then I'll ask myself, what is it? What do you want? But how are you feeling about this? Take a deep breath, pause real quick, hit myself with a question, what do you want? Like, literally, you're gonna hear yourself answering right after the question. The truth. Your inner voice is gonna tell you immediately after you ask the question. And here's the tricky part. Once your truth, your gut, your intuition, whatever you wanna call it, answers it, your emotional side, your emotions is just gonna make up all these other little excuses. They're like little rats just start coming, like climbing up. So you have to be really focused and quick by catching your intuition, what it's telling you, because oftentimes we really just get distracted by other thoughts in our heads and then we just kind of lost track of what's the true feeling that we want. So listen to your intuition. It's also a great way to hear what you really feel and to figure why you're feeling certain ways. It's kind of like digging through a trail of questions and answers. So for example, imagine yourself as a kid, right? So the kids are always so curious. They're like, why? And then you answer, they're like, but why? And then they're gonna be like, but why? That annoying kid, you know which one I'm talking about. When you have a certain feelings or questions or something just like bothers you, again, calm down. First question, okay, Kat, why are you feeling this way? Answer, because this thing that somebody did to me was bothering me. Why was it bothering you? Because they didn't respect me. It made me feel like I'm belittled. Does this person's opinion mean anything? Not really, we're just strangers. Do you respect yourself? Yes. So does it matter at the end of the day? No. So you see, it's kind of like a structure of Q&A, and you just dig through until you don't have anything that kind of leads to another question. It kind of just goes to a little dead end. It really helps with figuring out what exactly is bothering you and why are you feeling certain ways. And because it's just answers in your head or you're writing things down, you don't need to be dishonest or you don't need to sugarcoat it. Number 4 is to put yourself first. First of all, you need to know that by putting yourself first doesn't mean that you are being selfish. Selfish is more like putting yourself first, but like that will end up resulting treating other people unfairly, if that makes sense. And if you're somebody who don't know how to say no, like, trust me, I've been there. I used to not able to say no whatsoever. Anybody who hits me up or asks for things, I would say, okay, yeah, like I would help, I would give advice, I would be there, like, it was so freaking tiring. Some, if you're brave to admit, it was people pleasing. It might come just by habit, by the way you grow up, or you subconsciously just want other people to like you. But some people don't really want to call it that. You probably just don't want to be a bad person, you know, you just want to be nice. You don't want to reject other people. But when it comes to this, the most exhausted person in this whole situation is you. Let's see if you kind of feel the same way. There are some times I feel like if I say no, like they might think I don't like them, or like they might not invite me back to another party or another hangout. I don't want to hurt their feelings. I want them to know that I really like them and they mean a lot. It's not that I can't help them. So here are a few mindsets to kind of like put you back to the place that like you're like, oh, okay. So first, this is the quote that I saw the other day. By putting their feelings and needs first, you're telling them that your feelings and needs come last. And the other one is like something that I kind of realized, you know, always being there for other people. Yes, that makes you a great person, that makes you a great friend, and anybody would be so lucky to have you that they probably didn't even know or recognize that you sacrificed your feelings and your time and your well-being. Like, it's not like you go up to them, hey, look, I choose to come to your party instead of just like stay at home and cry because I'm literally on the edge of mental breakdown. Like, you're not gonna tell them that. They're probably just like, oh my god, yes, so glad you make it, you know? If they're my true friends, they'll know that me rejecting them is not personal. It's not because of them. It's really just maybe how I'm feeling or the things I'm going through in my life. You know, you have all the rights to reject, to say no. And if they think you're a bad person or if they think you are going against them, they're not even worth to be in your life in the first place. Take care of yourself first so that you can take care of other people that you love. And I know it sounds so cheesy, but it really comes down to when you respect yourself, when you respect your intuition, when you respect your peace and your inner well-being, you're gonna love yourself for that. You're gonna just go back to number one, be like, I love myself for making myself time to self-care and to just calm down and get everything in line in my life. More and more you're just gonna realize that, oh, this person in me is respecting what I'm saying, is listening. So my friends, promise me, give this a try. All right, last but not least, number 5 is to forgive yourself. To put it simply, we're all growing, we're all learning. We just live like this tiny part of our lives, you know? Like, what do we know? Like, how are we supposed to do everything perfectly? We can't, because we are learning. So would you give a baby, a child, so much shit when they fucked up? We can't blame ourselves just because we made a mistake or made a bad decision or didn't know what's better. Okay, I know that like when you're 20s and the 30s, like you feel like you should be knowing everything. You should be good. You should be handling your life. You should be like, you know, vibing it because you're an adult. Like this is literally what the society told us to be. In this whole lifespan, you're still a kid. You're still learning. And it's okay that you made mistakes. It's okay that you didn't do this thing perfectly. It's okay you made a bad decision. Nobody is blaming you. People probably didn't even pay attention. You know, people probably didn't even remember. Find me somebody who didn't make mistake to come to this point in their life. Another thing is that we get so much perspective, we see so many things about our life, not other people's life. So there are so many things that you see and you just think like, ugh, why am I so imperfect? Why are other people so perfect? Because you don't see their other imperfect times, you know? I am allowed to make mistakes. I'm allowed to be forgiven because I don't know any better, because I'm still learning. Okay, I just remember another quote that I saw the other day. There's no losing, there's only winning and learning. That just gave me, again, so much peace. Just realizing, okay, I'm not losing, because who decides I'm losing? When is the point that I get to pass and it just defines that I'm losing? Because honestly in life, you just get as many tries as you want. You know, just a little perspective, and that is all for today. I hope you guys find a little bit inspiration through the 5 points that I talked about to kind of get your self-love journey started. And sign up below if you have any other ideas on self-love or you've given these a try. Also DM me on Instagram. I really love responding to your messages. We can talk about these ideas. It's gonna be amazing. So make sure to check out my social medias down below, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.